Good morning. Happy December. Happy what I'm calling vlogmas. So, hello, if you've never watched my videos before, my name is Erica. I founded the 128 Collective. We're actually rebranding tomorrow. Today's December 1st, and I'll be doing a full week here. But anywho, yeah, I'm a founder of a marketing operations and strategy agency. And I do a lot of the behind the scenes on like what that looks like. And I've been really inconsistent on YouTube, but it's something I've wanted to put more time and attention into. It just requires a lot more than the short form platforms. So it's been hard, but I think vlogmas will be a good way to keep myself accountable. So I'll be doing daily short form vlogs on the company Instagram and then my personal TikTok. I'll be doing weekly long form vlogs on YouTube. So today is Monday, December 1st. And if you go back in my videos, you'll see a lot of day in the lives of like when I was a freelancer, when I was a consultant. This is a business owner, true behind the scenes, pull the curtain back. I am trying to do some fun stuff peppered in for the visual content, you know, to make this not just me sitting at a desk all day long. Mondays are more fun days because I don't really take meetings on Mondays. I do have 2 meetings today, but besides that, absolutely no meetings. So we're gonna be going to a coffee shop later, but it's 8:10 a.m. right now, and I was just kind of catching up on clients after the Thanksgiving break. I wanted to make sure, you know, I didn't miss anything big. I was monitoring things a little bit because I have a few clients that were doing Black Friday sales, and we are in the green. Everything for my clients who participated in Black Friday, revenue, orders, average order values up, profit, it's awesome. And tomorrow is the launch of the 128 Collective rebrand. That is my company. The website is live right now if you want to go check it out. It's the 128collective.com. By the time this goes up, the brand will be live. And yeah, I'm super hyped. So I have a lot to do today though to prepare for that and to make sure that we're all set. The 2 meetings I have today, I have one client stand up at 8:30, and then I have my team meeting at 11. It is slotted for an hour. I think it'll take us 30 minutes. I don't think it will take long. But this morning, Monday mornings, I typically focus on content, so I'll pre-film my entire week. I'm not going to be doing that this morning because the rebrand's a little bit weird, so a lot of the content is ready. I do need to push out the tease posts on Instagram and TikTok, and then the second tease post on Instagram later this morning. And then we need to prepare for the launch tomorrow. So I need to send out my partner email and my audience email for like the eve of the rebrand, which is today. And then I need to button up tomorrow the rebrand launch announcement. I need to get my social media posts done, and I need to make sure Google Search Console and analytics are hooked up and firing for the website. I need to add 2 more case studies to the website, and then just do a final QA of everything and make sure that we're all good. And outside of that, I have a ton more to-dos, but I am trying to get all the rebrand stuff done this morning. So when we go to a coffee shop this afternoon, I can really focus on client work and catching up from the weekend. So buckle up. We're going to have a fun week together. This is probably going to be really long, but I'll try to make it interesting and fun. So happy December. Just got ready. Finished up some work, took my stand-up call. It's 9:32, so we have an hour and a half to go prep for this team meeting and then work on all the rebrand stuff. I'm gonna open up my blinds first, and then we're gonna head downstairs and get going. Look at me plants. We have the Montserrat, I can never say it right, but this one, that is beautiful. And honestly, I feel like it's gonna sprout a new boy soon. And then I can never say this, Calithia. I don't know if I said that right, but how cute. And look at our little, so cute, so cute. Look at this adorable little coffee cup candle that my boyfriend got for me. He found it in the dollar section at Target, and it's an aspen scented candle. And I'm gonna burn it down, and then I think I'm gonna use it for like a succulent or a small plant, or maybe a cutting. I don't really know yet. And then this is so cute. My sister-in-law got this for me for my birthday with this cute little bow pen. We're gonna make our to-do list right now. So I intentionally make my Monday to-do list crazy light, and today feels like a dream. So my to-do list, my cute little cat notebook, my cute little bow pen. I'm so excited about little things. It's just girly things. Anywho, so we have a team meeting at 11. That's my last meeting of the day, and I'm about to do some prep for that right now. And then, let's see, HR, where do I put these things? I don't even remember. Oh, team meetings, perfect. Okay, and then rebrand prep. So that has a lot that goes into it, but it should be pretty fun and pretty rewarding to do. And then I need to do all of my November invoices. I'm gonna get down to inbox 0 today, which means even going through all of the spam emails and going through all of my ClickUp notifications or any project management notifications, any notifications and client project management tools. And then I need to send through an addendum that I'm gonna get paid out in full for, which is amazing, that will feel good. And then I have a 2026 proposal I need to follow up on, a 2026 proposal that I need to figure out the timing of. It's with a current client who already vocalized that they wanna work together next year. So I just need to figure out when we should meet and go over that. I need to do an audit template for a client. I need to fix some stuff on one of my clients' websites, and then that's it for work today. So that is really not too bad. Tomorrow will be cray. And then I have Pilates. 40 minutes of arms. We're working on getting these arms toned up. So I'm gonna jump into my day. I'll check in a little bit later. I'll try to take some B-roll of the day. And like I said, we're going to a coffee shop later. So that might be a visual shakeup for everybody. So as I was prepping for this team meeting, I'm really proud of the notes I have. So the way that we run it, for context, is there's 4 different sections of the meeting. The first one is company updates and housekeeping, and then we reflect on wins from the past month, and then we talk about our OKR progress. Everybody on the team has an OKR, and I have 2. Oh, I just realized the best part of my outfit was hiding. And then there's a section where we can help each other out on any challenges that we're facing, or if somebody wants to like talk about an industry stat. I hope that somebody brings some cool ad to show that they saw during Black Friday, or, you know, some type of marketing minded note for this past weekend, because it's such a good time as a marketer to sit back and learn and listen and observe. So anyway, we're closing. I'm gonna share with the group. This is a really good behind the scenes of a business owner, how I kind of prepped for this meeting. So company updates and housekeeping. I'm closing the company from the 20th to the 27th, so we won't be taking meetings. We won't have any billable time. I've already communicated this to clients. I'll be initiating pay early for all of them because that payday would fall on a Monday, so I'll initiate it at end of day Friday, and then anything that they work past that, I'll just compensate for in the next check. And then we go over proposals. So we have 4 different proposals that are out right now at various stages of the pipeline. And then we're celebrating wins. So the first thing is the rebrand that's launching. That's obviously a huge win, and I need to give major props to my team who helped me get there. We had a client event on November 6th, so we want to reflect on that. We also had all of our Black Friday clients have massive success, so I want to shout out the individuals that worked on each of those campaigns. We delivered a full onboarding system package to somebody. Then there's one individual in particular who really carried the team there, and I want to make sure that they get a shout out. We won a really big contract for 2026, so we're going to celebrate that. And then we have 3, no, not even. We have more than that. Every single 2026 client, that was our client all year long, is renewing their contract for, the 2025 clients that were with us from January to current are all renewing for 2026. And one of them is actually flying down to Charleston, where I live, to visit us in early January, which I find to be really cool. Yeah, and then we'll go over OKR progress. I have my updates in there, and then I'll have the girls go through and do theirs, and then we'll have a little chat. So I have an hour now to work on rebrand content, so I'm going to set an alarm, and we'll move from there. We are officially live, and I'm sorry for going ghost yesterday. I did a better job of capturing short form content, but after the coffee shop, everything went by so fast. Yes, I'm wearing black and brown. It was an accident, but I was in a rush. After the coffee shop, I went into like QA mode, and I was just kind of in it. I didn't lay down until like 9:45 last night. So it was a long day, but it was productive. And then this morning, all the social posts have gone. I've prepped and scheduled social posts for the rest of the week. Got email blasts out to my network. I've been fielding text messages. I have a lot of love coming in on my LinkedIn post. That's fun. And my LinkedIn posts will usually gain traction for months after, so it's really interesting. I bet I'll get like 20 reactions today, and then by the end of the year, there'll be like 100, or not end of the year, but in like 6 months, there'll be like 180 reactions. It's very interesting. It's like there's high searchability with it or something. I don't really know why that happens. I don't look at my personal analytics enough on LinkedIn. But anywho, it's also a really rainy and dreary day, and the rain is supposed to stop around 12:45. It's 10:52 right now. I do have a meeting at 11. I only have 2 meetings today. Very interesting things happening. My last few weeks meetings have been insane, and then it's like I have only a couple meetings a day right now, which is incredible, and I'm hopefully gonna get so much done. But we have our to-do list here, so I have to get through this meeting. That's gonna be about an hour, and then I'll take my lunch break because I have been working since about 7:15. I just took a break to get ready, and I always like do a little TikTok scroll while I get ready. After that, we're gonna sit back down and I'll kind of talk y'all through what we're gonna do. But we're really just knocking out a bunch of work until my last meeting of the day, which is at 4:30. So, December 2nd, 24 days to Christmas, woo! So there she is, and I intentionally wanted a lot of white space. And then there's a lot of animation. Our flagship offers are our marketing operations services and event coordination services. We have our testimonials. We have this, go to the about page. We have some case studies. This goes to the Instagram. Here's our services page, which highlights the 2 flagship offers, and I'll be adding the rest of our services in here. For the launch, I wanted to keep things pretty simple. The work page, I'm sorry if I'm shaking. I've always had a shaky hand. This is being really weird. It's like I need to talk to her about like, you have to scroll for it to load. It's really interesting. But anyway, all of our different case studies, more testimonials. The research page is pretty much out of date. We can look at it, but like, this is what the blog posts look like. They're fine. Not my focus right now. The about page, our mission and our vision, more animation, our values, my little blurb, and then this is the contact page, and it's a ClickUp form, so when it fires, which actually I need to take a look at that. Hold on. We have coffee, we have a Christmas scape going, and we're jumping into work, and I told you I would tell you what I'm doing. I did 2 things already. One was going through, one of my clients has a podcast. It's actually one of the case studies on my website. I have no idea why this is so bloodshot and red, but it hurts. I don't know what is going on. It feels like I got like hit in the eye or something. Anywho, one of my clients, we launched a podcast for them, and I swear I have a shirt on. We're going to be doing season 2 of that podcast in January, so we're working on improving it. And so I had to take our brainstorm doc and kind of just create to-dos from that and make sure that we can start moving things forward and that we don't wait until the new year to do that, but we're being proactive in this downtime. And then we're also considering moving their site from WordPress to HubSpot because we have the Divi theme on WordPress, which was like really fun and flashy in 2015, and now it's just like not good. There's a lot of issues with it. And we would have to hire the developers to fix it. So we're kind of like figuring out, we use HubSpot already as a CRM, and I don't know. I'm in the camp of let's move the ship to HubSpot. So now I have some systems work to do for a client, and so we're building her an onboarding system. And we had a pretty good meeting with her. I need to go into her files. I have to hook up her Dubsado in Notion. I believe is like, we're pretty close to the end with her. Yep, everything that's not done is in red. So my goal is I'm going to set an hour-long timer and try to get through as much as possible of this. So that's like hooking up Notion and Dubsado, setting up some automations, and making sure that things work. And then I need to schedule time with my project coordinator to do testing on all of this. And we need to let the client know before we start doing testing. So I'm going to knock all this out hopefully in 50 minutes and then leave myself an like 10 minutes to reach out to my coordinator and figure out a time for us to test and have her reach out to the client to give her a heads up of when we're going to test. And then me and Betty girl are going to go for a walk. So hopefully that's around 3. It's 1:50 right now. See you soon. I just finished up my last meeting of the day, had some good work done, and I'm going to take my dog out, and then we have a run. So Tuesdays are one of my speed days. And I bit the bullet and I bought a Runna plan because Runna is the name of the app. It's personalized. I'm excited about it, and I thrive on structure when it comes to running. So today I have a speed run that's going to be like 35 minutes probably. It's like a mile warm up at a conversational pace. I'll put a screenshot here. 2 miles at like an 8:50 pace. And then I think a third of a mile cool down. It's really not a far, I mean, that sounds so cocky of me. That's not a far run compared to what I'll be doing for this plan eventually, but it's still pretty far for me. So let's go have some fun. Hey. Anywho, it is Wednesday. Ow, 10:30. Hold on. So if they set their hours to 7:30, I woke up, I had some stuff to do for the rebrand. Like I said, the rebrand's kind of a continuation throughout this week. And I actually haven't checked to see how social posts are doing, so let's do it together. I posted on TikTok for vlogmas that I don't expect it to do insanely well. I more so am trying to start a hard shift in my content strategy on my personal, and then on my business, and TikTok will hit that hard next week. The next thing to check is Instagram. We posted on Instagram, hi Betty. And we have 3 likes, 6 likes. We're getting more likes on things, which is cool. I think that will probably die off next week. And then we have LinkedIn. I'm not really doing Facebook. I probably should, but you gotta draw the line somewhere. I've also activated Lucky Orange. You can get the free version, and I have a free trial going for the first week. Oh, look at you. Betty's had a hard morning. Oh, you're angry. Soon. Soon. Not right now, but soon. Later. Not now, later. Okay, later. Thank you. Anywho, Lucky Orange is a heat mapping tool. So I can see from yesterday, like, it shows basic analytics, but it will also show me where, if I look at heat maps, where people clicked on the site. So I can go here and I can say launch heat maps. Yada yada. Did the thing. Oops, did not mean to cancel out of Slacky. Also have analytics, Google Analytics to look at. You're just confused. Okay, apologies. So yada yada yada. I did that thing. Had a stand-up with a client at 8:30, had an hour-long meeting with one of my team members. We're working on a project management tool implementation. That's really exciting and fun. I cannot wait to have this case study out. And then I had a stakeholder interview for another project. We're doing some requirements gathering, so that was at 10. It is now 10:30, and I've just been kind of fielding some chats. My dog clearly needs some enrichment. I did this. So now I need to chat a different client in their Teams instance, and we need to put together their monthly newsletter to their partner network. And so I need to initiate that. So I'm just going to send a chat and be like, hey, I need you to tell me what topics you want for the sections. And then my team and I will ghostwrite them. Ghostwrite. And then after that, I'm going to update 90, which is the platform that my business coach uses. So I fill in like my financials for the week. I fill in my sales metrics for the week. And then I think it's a 2-hour-long call tomorrow. And I think we're doing our SWOT analysis and starting on our 2026 strategy. So I'm going to do some thinking around that. But I'll be doing that throughout the next 24 hours too. So we're going to do this chat, update 90, and then break for the PARK. I don't have a meeting until 1, and I have meetings from 1 to 1:30, and then I'm done for the day. And we're going to be taking a field trip today to finish up our family, the children that we adopted. We adopted some children from the orphanage this year as a company, so I have this huge bag of stuff, and I have a couple more things I need to do. So I will see you soon. All right, y'all, it is 12:15 and I have a meeting at 1 and I look rough. I swear it's the color red. I've always been told I look really good in red, but I feel like it's not my color. Like, I feel like it brings out a weird tone in my skin. Okay, we didn't update 90. I was just getting like too many chats. This is what happens to me every single day, is since I'm so embedded in client delivery, I get like chats that I have to go chase down answers to or whatnot, and it just kind of derails me. So we're gonna fill out the data. We look at, excuse me. So this is for Thanksgiving week. So hours spent on revenue generation. It was a holiday last week, so I only spent 11. Usually I spend anywhere from 16 to 18. Billable hours for the week. I just pull up my ClickUp. I don't always perfectly track my hours, but all of my employees do. But it should be somewhat accurate, and I'll be able to tell if it's like crazy off. Yeah, 18 hours total. I would put it probably at 20. I know for a fact I didn't record all my time. Leads generated, proposal sent. Did I send a proposal last week? I feel like I might have, but I don't remember. I don't think I sent a proposal last week. No, it was the Friday before. Okay, hours spent on content creation was 5 because we were prepping for the rebrand, and I have after payday, expenses paid this week. Okay, and I forgot to stop my timer from earlier. Meetings, 9:57. What was I doing? 30 minutes. This is for and then I need to add time on, like I said, guys, I am far too in the weeds for this. This is not how a founder should be functioning. So I'm not proud of what's happening here, but it's unfortunately happening. Call this 10 minutes and then bump it to tomorrow. That's the newsletter, so I kicked that off. And then we updated 90, so I can check that off. So next up is, I believe, issuing my team's 1099s, because they're all 1099 contractors. Yes. So I need to go into Gusto, which is my payment platform. I've never done this before, so I'm gonna like look at it and then probably send it to my CPA and ask him to look at it too, just so I don't royally F anything up. But I'm gonna work on this. And then maybe I'll have time to do another to-do before my 1 o'clock. And then we have an hour and a half of meetings. Then we're going to go run an errand. And then we'll come back and we'll wrap up the day around, like, I don't know what time we'll get back, but I'll probably cut off for the day around 5:30 or 6. And then we'll do some Pilates and the normal night routine. I think we're cooking tonight, but get back to that later. Okay, meeting is done. And my brain is just, like, not in it. So we're going to do this shopping. But I got all of this like a good bit ago, and so I need to remember what all they need. So we adopted 2 orphans, a girl and a boy, both age 6, and I got some stuff. So I got them both a stuffed animal. That was one of the requests. We got them like the Squishmallow things, so we got 2 of those. They asked for 2-in-1 or 3-in-1. I could not find 3-in-1 anywhere. I could barely find 2-in-1. So I got them both a bunch because this felt small. So I got them both 3. And then I got them both some fun kids toothpaste. That was also on the list. We have Berry Twist and Bubble Twist. I thought those were fun. And I was trying to choose stuff that's like good for them. So it's fluoride anti-cavity toothpaste. Next up, so what day did I do all this on? This was a couple weeks ago. It's not due until the 17th. It's the 3rd today, but Stop, Betty. This was on November 22nd. So then they both wanted pajamas. So I got the girl a little PJ set. This is very, very soft. Betty, stop. I found the boy a PJ set. And I also feel like 6 is the weird age where like you don't want to go too like, I don't know, like maybe they love bluey, but I went with race cars. I don't know. I'm overthinking it probably. They both need underwear, so I need to get the girl underwear still, but I got the boy underwear. They don't really have like boxers for boys that old. I could not find them anywhere. So I'm assuming that that's normal. I don't know. I'm not a mother, so I don't know these things, but I need to get girl. Oh wait, actually, I think only the boy needed underwear. Yeah, that's not on the girls list. They both needed socks for 13C. Hers look bigger because they have like the like anklet on them, but I got him these and her these. And then they also asked for bar soap, and so I got them these pretty, oh no, she's falling. We're losing her. Oh shit. One, it's still intact, but they're these really pretty bar soaps, and there's 2. And they smell so good. It's like goat milk, and they smell like vanilla. Snowflake, which I also thought was good for winter, because like if I went too Christmassy, you know, they get them on Christmas, not ideal case scenario. But I got all this from TJ's, and I'm gonna go to Kohl's now because I could not find shoes. Also, like, I like, is Walmart the best place? I don't know. I'm not good with this stuff. Well, it's not that I'm not good with it. It's just like, I don't know. So, anyhow, this is a massive bag. Anyway, we're gonna go to the store. We're gonna go to Kohl's and then we'll try that. Betty. Let's go. Betty. I'll post some snippets from yesterday, but truly missed nothing crazy. I had a day full of meetings. I had meetings from 8:30 to 11, and then 12:30 to 5:30, and today I typically go to the beach with my dog on Friday mornings, but it's pouring disgusting rain here in Charleston, so we did not do that, and I feel just like gross today. I don't know, I'm just not having a good day. I'm like breaking out like a little boy on my chin. It's just not great. Such is life. I had an 8:30 stand-up with a client. I had a 9 to 10 o'clock call. We're doing a project management implementation for our client, so my team and I met up. I need to move this to do to Monday because the insurance office is closed. I need to pay my life insurance. I had a one-on-one with one of my interns. I had a 1 to 2 that went quite far over with one of my clients. We had our monthly touch base, and I'm just kind of knocking out some to-dos on this list. Left over, we have a proposal that needs to go out today that I haven't started, so that's awesome. It's 2:30. I need to pull content metrics. I need to edit the YouTube vlog for the week, which is going to be interesting because I'm going to be pulling in some of the vertical short form content. And then I have a Secret Santa tonight with some friends, so I need to make my dish to pass. I need to wrap my gift. I also want to do Pilates, and I always clean the apartment on Fridays so we can start the weekend off on the right foot. I'm doing a webinar with Scribe, and that comes out on, I believe it's the 17th. Oh, frick. I need to mark my calendar for that. Attend. What's happening here? Other things, I had to like reach out to, I need to do vendor packets. I need to create a to-do. One of my clients, new clients I just closed a proposal with, sent me their vendor packet shit. And so I need to fill that out tomorrow. Vendor payment packet. and they owe me a boatload of money. We're also doing a lot of work tomorrow, so it's a rainy weekend, and so I like to use rainy weekends to just like chill, but also to get ahead. So tomorrow we're going to be doing the vendor payment packet. I need to post some gift bundles to a website. Also, November meeting, I need to assign out and prioritize to-dos from 2 different client calls. My project coordinator created like a feedback form for my team, so I'm going to see what she did with that, and either approve or send feedback. I need to review like 10 web pages for a client, and then pretty much build an entire system for somebody. Yeah. So left in my day right now, I need to do content metrics. I'm gonna cross out emails because I think we're good there, and then I need to edit this. So we're gonna go proposal, and then YouTube, and then if I have time, maybe content metrics at the end. This is gonna get moved to tomorrow. We're gonna work on the brand newsletter tomorrow. I'm gonna actually pitch my idea for it in Teams and see how they like it. Anywho, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm sorry that the long form hasn't been good. I am trying to get back into the swing of things with vlogging and all of that, but my short form content, in my opinion, has been better. So anyway, talk to you later.
We think she has a blood clot for the doctor's waiting for her inside.
Okay, yay.
I think
Thank
so.
God.
This is kind of good.
Oh, your cow?
You go right now anyway.
But you still get toys?
If you ever get to bed and go to sleep like the other